Nicol, CEO and Managing Director, founder of Graphene Manufacturing Group, trading on the TSX under the symbol GMG and on the OTCQX, GMGMF. Under Craig's leadership, the company is focused on commercializing graphene-based technologies that deliver real-world energy-saving and performance improvements across multiple industries, turning breakthrough science into scalable, practical solutions. Happy to have you on the conference today, Craig. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me on, Anna.
All right, the floor is yours. Call me back when you're ready for some questions.
Thank you, Anna. So GMG is now almost a 10-year-old Australian company. We are a global nanotechnology, clean technology development and now commercial production company. We are listed on the TSX, as Anna said, and also in the OTCQX. A usual disclaimer for high growth companies like ourselves. We have these 4 products which we currently are developing or producing. They are all made from our graphene. Our graphene has got very different properties which are enabled through its production process. And these are different properties we use or harness in these 4 products. The first one is an air conditioning heat pump coating system, which increases heat transfer as well as stopping corrosion. The second one is a lubricant or engine oil additive, which is to reduce engine wear, reduce fuel consumption, and extend engine life. The third one is a additive for lithium-ion batteries, which improves lithium-ion batteries. And the fourth one, which is the last one, still in development. The other 3 are actually in commercial production operation. The last one is a brand new next generation graphene aluminium-ion battery. This is a fast charging energy storage product, which we can go into at the end. All processes and products have been developed through the last 10 years, and we're now coming to a pretty exciting period of time for GMG. We are based on this clean technology platform that we developed ourselves, which is taking natural gas through our self-developed electric plasma into a hydrogen and carbon or graphene outcome. It's a very kind of environmentally controlled process, low cost, very scalable, being natural gas, highly available around the world and low cost material, and creates a very high quality graphene, which is more in tune with the 4 products that we were just talking about, which enable our products to be high performing with very little amount of graphene used, which is the key. Most notably in this area, we're planning and putting together the Gen 2 graphene production project, which is going to be 20 times our normal current production rate, which will be a 10-ton per annum unit. This will be getting installed and operational, we believe. We're holding a date of mid-June this year, or mid this year. So that will enable us to be able to expand more rapidly with our graphene. Although currently we're happy with our current production, we're more focused on sales, which I'll talk about shortly. The current method most companies make graphene from is from a graphite mining and processing. That is a very different graphene. It has different properties. Our graphene is a very particular type of graphene, and not all graphenes are the same. It's very important to know. And so we've developed a product portfolio that's useful based on our graphene. That's very important. Let's talk on some sales, which of course all shareholders want to see as we're coming into this commercial operation phase of the company. Is very exciting. At the end of last year, we announced a rollout of the graphene coating onto BASF coils in Australia. BASF was the largest global refrigeration wholesale headquartered in Sweden. They're one of the largest suppliers in Australia, and they'll be rolling that out progressively this year through all the stores. But the announcement happened at the end of last year. Basically now when a coil is asked for by a customer of theirs in Australia, they get to be asked if they would like graphene coating on that, which there is fixed pricing and fixed terms solution that we then supply through our workshops throughout the country. Very exciting, kind of completely next generation service and coating for the customer, and also for Bayer Ref, which is obviously a global company, which we're very, very excited to be working with. It's a company with very high precision focus, and we're very happy to be working with them as a result of that. The other announcement we had at the end of last year was our palletized products. We have put both our bulk products of Lubricant and engine oil additive, as well as our Thermal XR air conditioning coating, into these small packs. These small packs are then put into containers and boxes and then pallets, so we can then start selling to distributors around the world. We have received orders for these around the world, and it's very exciting because we can now start shipping as the products have come in. And I believe our first order's going out, first delivery is going out the next day or so of these substantial small packs. Now, this is a breakthrough for both graphene industry. It's a breakthrough for how graphene can facilitate enhanced life for people, with how they want to use, how amazing the properties of graphene, and get this product out to pretty much any business in the world now can use our products and get benefit from our products, from reducing their air conditioning or heating costs, and or reducing their fuel bill. It's a very exciting step for us, the company, the industry, and we're very proud to get to this point. Now we've got to focus on the sales and putting together the sales team. The sales team is growing, and I'm pleased to report a significant number of increase in sales team members around the world, especially in Europe, Singapore, Brisbane. We're likely going to be expanding into the American sales team shortly as well. The number of activities where our products are being tested or sold is also increasing. Being a global business, we can have basically have sales in every country around the world with our end solutions, which anyone can use very simply. All the nanotechnology work has been done already into a purpose-built pack. We're also working with a number of strategic partners behind the scenes in non-disclosure agreements in all of these various different sectors you can see here, largely with the world's leading or second or third in trying to get to the leading spot in their industry. We're obviously working with Rio Tinto as well, the largest aluminium producer, and other obviously materials, and one of the largest mining and minerals producers. And the work with them was around our battery, but obviously our other products as well. So we have these large strategic partners who are working behind the scenes. Rio Tinto is really the only one who has come out and publicly wanted to work with us. A lot of our customers want to see our technology as an advantage without actually disclosing who we are working with. Obviously, when we start to get sales in these areas, or significant sales, we are getting sales with some of them, but the significant sales then obviously then will start to become apparent. But at this point, these work activities are ongoing, which is exciting because some of these activities could literally be the largest deals by themselves all alone for us. So our Thermal XR coating is progressing a number of different activities and small packs, the Bayer rollout in Australia, and then obviously a number of various different sectors you can see here. So air conditioning has been our beachfront, which we've landed on. We're working in industrial plant space in LNG markets, heat sinks for electronics, a number of cases where we're working in this space. Very exciting. We can basically double the heat transfer of a heat sink. Hence reducing size and also costs, as well as increasing performance levels. Data centers is going to become more and more important for us as a company for sales as we progress. We've been engaging a number of OEMs in this space in the last month. Refrigeration will only increase as we become more prevalent to people who are in the buying positions in this space. We've won a number of awards, including the Air Conditioning Product of the Year Award in 2024. We are also one of the very few products that are listed as a Singapore Green Building product with a good rating, which is a 10% energy saving for our coating. We've done a lot of work in Singapore, and that's one of the results. This government branded green building product approval is often referred to in other countries as well. So quite a good ability to be able to show what we can do for the building environment. Moving on to how thermal XR is being distributed around the world, and specifically America. We have a North American distributor by the company named Nicol, which is basically the largest specialty chemical company in North America for HVAC market. They have about 4,000 distribution points, and we're working with them for the last 3 years or so to get an EPA approval for our coating. Quite acceptable terms for the EPA approval, which we accepted. And now we're waiting for the final consent notice, which we're expecting imminently, which will enable us to start exporting to Nicol, and then they'll be rebranding the product as Coolworks, powered by GMG Graphene. Obviously, where this is the largest market for air conditioning coatings in the world, it both focuses on reducing corrosion in the more tropical, hot and more corrosive environments, and say in the south, but also focuses on the energy saving. California, where the electricity price is very high. And so it has a very large market opportunity, and is expected to, well, in our minds, do very well, especially with a partner like Nicol. Lubricant has gone strength to strength. We've announced this now last year, where we were showing with little more than 1% of our graphene in a base oil, which then we sell as Lubricant. That's then mixed in at 1%. And we see about 10% fuel savings in your truck or your car of petrol, diesel, gasoline engine. That's a huge saving, otherwise not seen. We've worked this product over many years and tested it over many years. We're setting up distribution points around the world with the small bottles for resale. So talking to large commercial customers and OEMs in this space. This is a transformative product to the going into what is effectively a $4 trillion liquid fuels market. And we see large opportunity for this product. It has huge potential. The patents are coming through, and the market branding is becoming pretty clear. We're the world leader in this. Another product that we can save businesses a large amount of money. The third product is the lithium-ion battery product, which is the additive to make batteries faster charging. Here you can see results from world-leading universities showing that we actually have, our graphene has half the resistance of a normal graphite that you normally see in a lithium battery. That's a substantial saving in heat, in power, and makes the battery a higher performing, what's called a higher rate tolerance battery, which means it can be charged and recharged faster at different speeds. And we're working with the BIC in Indiana, the Battery Innovation Center in Indiana, to progress this, and we'll be publishing results on this shortly. The fourth product, which is still in development, so the other three are in commercial operation, is the battery. We announced a progress outcome on this at the end of last year as well. And we have been working on this for 4 years very intently, completely next generation battery, which enables a 6-minute fast charge. It's focused on a targeted B2B battery use, where companies want to be able to charge their vehicles or whatever they're charging the same amount of time it charges you normally take to refuel at a petrol station. So 5-6 minutes is our targeted time, and we have so far achieved a good run rate. we're well and truly there on terms of our energy density. So how much energy we hold when charging at 6 minutes. Typical lithium batteries cannot charge at all at this, don't get any charge at all at this speed. The only battery out there right now where we're similar to, or around or about, is the lithium titanium oxide battery, or what's commonly called LTO. LTO batteries sit at about $1,500 a watt hour, and they have a very long life. They're usually one for life, 20,000 cycles. We expect it to be similar at or better the energy density, and also have about the same life. But obviously, we're expecting it to be a much lower cost. Here's what our pouch cells look like, the aluminium-ion batteries. This is what a charge cycles look like with clear charge cycle, discharge cycle on a 60-minute charge, and then a 6-minute charge. Every battery in the world gets a reduced amount of capacity when you charge it less, and ours is showing therefore a typical outcome. But what is not typical is that it's actually charging almost or retaining half of its capacity when it's being charged in only 1/10 the time. It's really quite an outstanding technology, and we're very proud to get where we got. We're on development road to achieve greater shortly, and we'll look to announce that when we get that done internally. But things are looking good to the point where we've announced this to bring the shareholders on the journey. So when we come out and we've actually finished with our development for the first products, we start sending out samples. We'll re-announce these performance updates, and we'll be able to then bring them to where we think we're going to get to, which is where our targeted end use case is on the previous slide. The applications for this battery are immense. In fact, there are many applications right now where the lithium batteries just don't work. So there are many places where batteries are not being used because of that. And we expect to be able to have the ability to create new markets with this battery, being so fast charging and low cost and as well long life. The number of LTO batteries in the world right now that is sold is really quite a large number, has been growing substantially. It's about a bit shorter than $6 billion a year expected sales from external market analysis. This is expected to grow to over $12.5 billion in the next 5 years. This is showing despite the price difference of the LTO batteries, this shows the market need for these batteries for fast charging is there, and we believe the market is much larger when you have an even safer battery and a lower cost battery like ours that we expect ours to be. Our battery technology readiness level is 4, so we are electrically, chemically optimizing the battery, and we are focused on the last remaining steps of that phase. Once we come out of that, we're working with the Battery Innovation Center of Indiana, as I said, and once we come through that, we'll be able to start sending out samples for people to test, and then we'll start to get into production scale up, which we'll work with the BIC on, and obviously working with Rio Tinto on as well. So our battery cell roadmap is to develop through 2025 in samples and then send them out for production in 2020. Get samples done in 2026 and then start to do production in 2027. This will enable us to use that because our battery is so simple to make. We're looking at using other people's battery factories up front, as there are a number out there. But we will work through that over the next year. Just to summarize where GMG operations are at right now. So currently we make natural gas into graphene. We have hydrogen-enriched natural gas as a tail gas off the process. In the next year, we will put that back into running the whole process as a self-powered outcome. That's part of our upgrade on Gen 2. We're working through now doing very clear production runs of our coating where we have about 1 million litres per annum plant capacity. Then we're working through the blend plant operations and scaling up as well. Our Lubricant blend plant, we're blending products every day, batches every day. We're also making Super G every day. And then we're also developing our aluminium-ion battery every day in a battery development centre in Brisbane. And just now working on to the financial space. Obviously the focus for this year is to build revenue. We have a number of revenue sources outlined earlier in the presentation, and we feel that this year will be a strong revenue opportunity for us in many different sectors, markets, products, and we're very excited about it. We've largely, cashed up. We've had a number of warrants come in, and we've got about 122.7 million shares outstanding, which is a jump since the previous report in December. So you can imagine how much cash we have on hand right now. That number is only for September. The cash, otherwise there's no debt. We get about $2 million from the R&D cash back every year in September. We're working with a number of large companies on developing product solutions for them, and also start distributing around the world for our small packs, and looking to start the distribution of our coating into the Americas, which we're very excited about, with a final EPA consent order hopefully soon. So I just wanted to compare some, parameters for us compared to some other companies out there right now in the same investment theme, and just to work through, what we have achieved, what we have currently going on developing compared to other graphene companies. It's clear we have a low cost scalable graphene production technology, as do other companies. We've got patented or patent pending global scale high margin applications. Some companies do have that as well. But what we've also now established is low cost scalable production technologies for our products, and they are in operation as we speak. We have a developing graphene spray coating business. We have a bulk graphene coating supply business. We have a small pack distribution coating business, and we have a bulk graphene lubricant additive business, which a number of companies are already testing for potential bulk acceptance and purchase of the product. We also have a small pack distribution system and customers for the lubricant additive as well. And then we have also the bulk additive for the lithium-ion battery, which is another business as well. The graphene aluminium-ion battery has two main, technologies or business opportunities. One is the actual aluminium-ion battery technology, which obviously we're developing as a whole with our graphene and the aluminium-ion technology, but also the aluminium-ion electrolyte is developing into, which we became pretty much an aluminium-ion electrolyte developer over the last 3 years to optimize the whole technology. And that is, we believe, a serious technology to be able to take forward. It's certainly something that we're very proud of, and we think there's going to be a large market opportunity as a loan for that. And then, we're all being said, we've got all these significant potential revenue opportunities with relatively low operating costs, sitting at around $4 to $5 million US per annum as a total operating cost. So in summary, our investment highlights are proprietary, low-cost scalable production technology, high margin, first to market, global scale sectors, multiple revenue opportunities poised for growth, energy efficiency and energy storage market forces are building. There are more efforts globally around the world now as oil prices maintain or increase, and energy costs still increase across the board, to focus on these areas. And the next phase of our company, we believe, is the potential expansion into North America. I believe that's it for the presentation. Thanks. Back to you, Anna.
Wonderful. Thank you, Craig. Okay, so let's talk about the next 6 months. What are some of the catalysts you expect?
Yeah, excellent question. So we're definitely thinking a consent order from the US government coming through, which will then kickstart the bulk supply of our coating. We'll either be the first or the second unlimited graphene bulk EPA approval into America, which is obviously a big achievement we want to catalyze on. We want to produce our revenues to really push what this product can do. We believe this product has many opportunities in America: data centers, air conditioning, refrigeration, and electronics. So we hopefully see that come through very shortly. Relatively quickly, we believe. We've been told, but it is up to the EPA to give us the consent notice through. The next phase of our battery updates should come through shortly. This we're very excited about because it is developing fast. We are on a track record now of getting things done very quickly. Weekly meetings are showing great progress on the battery, so we should be updating on that. We should be updating the market on how the Bayer rollout has actually worked, and also distribution of our small packs around the world, which is very exciting. And we have a number of other products. We should be performance tests, which will be coming out further, just to show more information about how our products perform, just to show how amazing they are. So many different catalysts, Anna.
Wonderful. And when might you see your battery get to scale?
Yeah, that's probably the prettiest product we have. If you're going to say which one is the most attractive, that one is probably the one people ask about most. And actually, it's enabling people to come and talk to us about other products which are ready. We're really aiming to push this into a 2027 production timeline. We'll work through this year on scaling our product costs, and our coordination around how to get this to market is relatively well thought through. So this year we'll do that, and we'll understand which of the market segments that want to see it first, and where to really base that. There are a number of battery companies, manufacturing plants that are available for use, which is very attractive for us. And then obviously we can obviously put one together. So many options, and we're really trying to push it 2027, the first batteries out for production.
Exciting. And of course, when are you giving guidance on revenue?
Yeah, so we're still holding on guidance. We don't want to give it out until it is with substantial background knowledge. I think people will appreciate this is coming into a pretty intense year. Many different things are happening. We're setting up a whole business of supply chain on top of all this to be able to supply our products globally. And there are many constraints we're working through. We're fixing them and pushing on to the next constraint, pushing that. So we probably won't come out with guidance this year. I'd expect that would be, premature. But obviously, as soon as we feel like we have got things under control, we'll be making that as a board decision and coming out with that.
Wonderful. Well, great way to kick off the new year. Thank you, Craig, for joining us on the conference.
Thank you, Anna.
All right, everyone, we'll be right back.